Stand by for the opening night of the National Television Service.
We're watching a dog right now, and so I've been walking the dog, and I've been trying to give myself more alone time in the sense of like I spend time not listening to music, or I spend time not listening to a podcast and just think, because I found that like silly things come to me if I'm not distracting myself. Because I find that like I have a deep rooted sense of not wanting to be alone. That's so cringy to say, but like not wanting to be alone with your own thoughts, but not for the sense of not wanting to be alone with my own thoughts. I constantly want to be distracted.
I want noise. I want noise in the background. I think that's really, really common, but I'm totally with you. If I'm ever doing anything, I will put a YouTube video on, and I probably won't listen to like 80% of it, but I'll just like having it on.
I definitely listen to whatever I'm playing, but nonetheless, I think it's more productive to just like quietly do things sometimes. And so when I've been walking the dog, I've been having little thoughts, and one of them, I have to think of the wording. 1 second. Okay, I think it's important to relate to things. For example, I'm lying in this joke. I'm lying that it's my dog, so like don't be thrown off by the fact that it's not my dog. I got you. I'm about to lie. Okay, just let me get away with it.
This is that comedian, Zach. I think this is part of why you've maybe struggled in your initial stages of being a comedian, is because of just those lies. You're like, so my dog at home. No, I can't fucking do it. You guys, I could never lie to you. I don't have a dog. I'm sorry.
No, it's just because I'm in the room with two people that know for a fact I don't have a dog. You know?
So I have a dog.
I can't be like, so I was watching my boss's dog. Like that just sounds too wordy.
Yeah.
It's nonetheless, I think it's important to relate to things. For example, when I walk my dog, he does that thing where he wanders around until he finds whatever the fuck it is he's looking for.
Yeah.
And
it's also a girl dog. So you're kind of lying again.
Oh, Zach.
I order you a pizza, and this is how you fucking repay me.
I'm lip smacking ready for that fucking pizza, by the way. I was initially tentative on lunch. You've got me full on board the lunch train.
No, let's do one of your ideas. Let's talk about wife strategy.
He's gonna interrupt you.
Yeah, no, he's good at this. Is going to be about how I actually can't perform under non-ideal circumstances. So I'm about to learn a lesson here. So this guy, do you remember when I told you that story about the guy who I used to work with in sales who told me that like the most fun you'll ever have in Vegas story? Yeah. No. Where he's talking and he says he's sitting around a table and he describes it as any denomination of Asian people are the words that he uses. Black people from the hood, and then like old fucking cowboys. You don't remember this story?
I do remember.
Okay, you remember. So this same guy is talking to me. So his wife is actually like the CFO of the company or something like that I'm currently working for, because it's a little startup situation currently. And he's talking about how his wife and him have little spats, and sometimes these spats get really bad. And he's telling us like he's this dating coach. She's like, okay, bro, sometimes these spats get really bad, and here's my strategy. I'll just walk out of the room, leave for a little while, put some space there, come back with my tail between my legs. I apologize. Of course, everything's my fault. And he said it like he was bragging about it. And to me, it's very funny, the idea that he's giving us this like toxically alpha male strategy. Like, okay, bro, here's what you're going to do to put your wife back in her place. You're going to come back, apologize, and start crying. You are not going to stop crying until she fucking relents.
So I think it's really important to relate to things. And I walk my dog, and he does that thing where he...
Is this what it was like when you were performing stand-up comedy?
What?
No, I don't know.
No,
you just hurt my feelings with your little bit there.
Yeah, so it wasn't even funny. It hurt me too, but it felt necessary. It's like beating your wife sometimes. You just gotta... It doesn't feel... Oh no, I should have said beating your kids. Do you think I want to do this? Oh no, that's your wife. You think I want to do this?
Okay, but great. Okay, now that you've really started off joking, keep going. So it's important to relate to things.
No. So I should have been a better listener. I apologize. I was gonna try to earnestly fucking I mean, I hear you, and I do see the irony of like saying it like he's an alpha male, but then like his alpha male move is to fucking be a chihuahua that gets scared.
Yeah,
you know?
is the puppy
Curts his
dog
tail,
eyes.
yeah.
I think he used actually the expression he used was puppy dog eyes, with tail between the legs. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Fucking nailed it.
Yeah, you were a great listener, actually.
I just had to. Well, I think sometimes I hear, but I don't listen.
Yeah.
And so I have to remember what you said. Maybe I have very incredibly mild photographic ears. Is that a thing? Like, you guys ever listen to something and like you like in the moment you have no idea what they just said, but you just play it back in your head?
Sounds like
Yeah.
you're just a little slow. Takes you a while to process.
My brain is like 30 seconds behind my ears.
my ear.
You don't have photographic ears. You're just processing the information, dear. Good job.
Dude, she got me. I'm not even gonna, she fucking got
Megan,
me.
it's whenever you say dear, I think that just rips an additional
Remember how we
level.
discussed how condescending you sound sometimes?
This is-
I think this is
hope
a
I
great
did.
example.
yeah, I think dear, what you're thinking of is that you're fucking stupid.
I think your brain's a little lazy there. Yeah, lazy brain. Yeah. It's like, do I have to think? I was trying to take it away from the edgy part that you
No.
probably disliked. But yeah, he is being a not a predicament.
It's funny to me to say this to like people
Oxymoron.
who work for you, I guess, is the other layer there.
That is funny. He's like
Is
bragging to his subordinates.
Your employees bragging about how you stop fighting so much with your wife. You're just like, okay, my wife and I fight all the time, and here's the solution. It's like uncomfy.
At least he has one.
That's true. At least he has someone special in his life
No,
to
no, he has
manipulate
a
with
solution.
tears. Oh, that as opposed to just
Not.
I like
just,
how
just arguing.
you prefaced the story with the other story about how racist he is.
No,
like,
he's-
why is that important?
oh, because I
He
was,
was just
trying
trying to
get
say
back
it's the same
Context.
guy. He was saying
It's the same guy from another story I've told, and I kind of yada to the fact that it was this guy. And yeah, no, go watch the other episode. I don't know which one it is. Just go find it.
Fuck yeah, dude. Plugging. Always be plugging.
Plug it. Gotcha.
AVP.
That's what we call a referral right there. No.
To yourself.
So why do you think it's important to relate to things?
I despise. We did so good on those other two episodes. Okay. I think it's important to relate to things.
Yeah.
For example, when I walk my dog, he does that thing where he wanders around until he finds whatever it is that he's looking for. And I have gotten so addicted to social media that when I have to shit, I start running around the house looking for my cell phone. I'm like wandering, like living room, bedroom, kitchen, bedroom. Where the fuck? I don't know. I was trying to do like a Rottweiler, just like these headphones don't fucking do it justice. I don't know. I'm like,
I like the core.
fuck that joke. Fuck you. Fuck this show. Fuck this table.
No, so I like this is going to be more of like a constructive. This
God
is going to really.
damn it, I
This is
hate
going
my
to.
life.
This is dissecting the frog right
No,
here.
we're just
but
gonna
no,
move on
I
to the
think-
next one.
Now look at your hair. It looks like you have a little bow on your head.
Cindy Lou Who? Where are you taking my Christmas tree?
There you go.
To fix a light on one side. That's my Grinch impersonation. Fuck you. I'm moving on.
Go for it.
I think it's. I don't think that plants like that we turn sprinklers on in the middle of the night. I think it's probably annoying.
Because they're trying to sleep.
They've spent all day doing photosynthesis, and then as they're dozing off, dude, I don't have the energy. I feel like this. if I were to lean into it, there's something like, and then I do an impersonation of a fucking grass thing. And
Well,
I'm
I
like,
was gonna say,
it's
if you
every day with you people. And then something about like, let me sleep. I don't know, just the idea of grass getting wet from a sprinkler and then
Don't
getting
you
really
think they
pissed
would
off.
they appreciate the water?
Not at 2 a.m.
The sprinklers don't go off at 2 a.m.
They
go
do.
off at 10 p.m.
I walk. Okay, motherfucker. When do you go to bed?
They also experience
10.
a weekly genocide at the hands of the lawnmower too. If we're really personifying
Yeah.
this,
It's more of a
grass.
haircut.
Well,
Yeah,
that depends on how you look at it.
Their roots are in the ground.
It's less like a haircut and more like a hair like because it does grow back. You know, like if we were to cut our arms off, it's not growing back. So there is something to be said about it being like fingernails or hair, but it's absolutely violent.
It's grass.
I feel like if you're doing this impression of grass, you have to be like one of those arm wavy inflatable tube men. Like,
it's only if it's windy.
It's every day with you people. I don't know.
That definitely elevated it. I like that.
Sick.
Did that sound condescending? It wasn't supposed to.
No, I just have a hard time moving on. That's all.
Does Julian's
That's
shirt?
all.
What color is Julian's shirt to you, Zachary?
Aquamarine.
Okay, what color does it look like on the screen?
Yeah,
looks much
surprise, surprise, it's red in this room. All of our lights are very warm colors. You know, to make our thumbnails less
Tripping
red,
me out.
to make our thumbnails less red, I have to remove color. I have to reduce saturation, and then I give it a little bit of red. So like the room's really red, so I crank up the red, but I remove the original photo saturation to get rid of like the kind of weird like Breaking Bad Mexico filter that we have going on.
Like the Better Call Saul intro thumbnail.
Yeah. I'm feeling very low energy, so I'm going to talk about a low energy thing.
Please.
That's okay. So I kind of feel like Chucklehead Productions is like it's like a subscriber Ponzi scheme, because whenever I have if I were to look at a chart of days of the week and it shows how many subscribers I've gained and how many subscribers I've lost, there's almost like consistently like half. Whatever I gain, I lose half of. It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And it feels like a YouTube like Ponzi scheme where like I'm keeping us going, and the only way I'm keeping it productive is like I'm tricking these people into subscribing, but then I have to pay out the people that are leaving from the amount that I've gathered in the same fashion that you did with like an investment scam where like I
So do you find that you lose because of like the frequency of the posts or like the infrequency of, because what we're doing right now is more like an ad in terms of the YouTube shorts?
I think it's just people accidentally pressing the button. If I were to just look at it objectively speaking, that's what makes the most sense.
People
to me.
who press the button and then people who are like, oh, well, because
like fat finger it. Like they're trying to like it, but
are
they
you
hit the follow
exaggerating
button.
when you say you feel like it's half?
No, it's literally like half.
Okay, yeah, because I don't.
Like if I gain 10, I lose 5 on the same
that
day.
Bad for me. I do experience that, but it's usually probably like 20% or something like that, like fluctuation.
Indecisive motherfuckers.
Yeah, no, people. I had one guy on one of my videos comment like on like a newer video comment like, hey, this is actually really funny. I'm sorry I commented that thing on one of your older videos. And I was like, that's nice that you stuck around to see me like grow. You were like, I don't like him now, but maybe he's going somewhere.
Or he interacted, and so it just recommended.
He interacted, so it came up again. That could be the case.
You're a very memorable person.
Oh. Because I'm fat.
Because you're large.
Yeah, I'm a big guy.
I
was at work and I was buying cookies because I'm a big guy.
Because you're large.
Yeah. And I went to this like little Macron store, and the woman who was working there as I walked in said, "Hey, I recognize you from my other job at the dispensary."
Oh God. Oh no. You got outed as at a pot shop and a cookie shop. That's hilarious.
Know, right? It's like, hey, guess where I'm going next? Like, well, how am I gonna eat all these cookies?
That's fucking awesome, dude.
That's very funny.
Oh man, that's a bummer. She has to work 2 jobs.
No, I think she quit. She's working a bit, which is funny to me that Macron's pays more than Pot. I would have thought Pot would have been would have paid a little bit better, but I guess not.
Maybe she wanted to lead a less sinful life.
No, it definitely wasn't the sentiment. It was for sure what we talked about was the immediate fiscal reason.
He did like a reset. He was like,
it's like the reason that we.
Oh, you guys are so silly.
So welcome back to the other end of the candle. What were you talking about?
Yeah, so I think it's important to relate to things. In this scenario, Julian's relating to a cookie store employee in regards to switching jobs in the pursuit of more money.
The pursuit of more money. That's true. That's true. So I've got one. We'll see how long we can go. This will either we'll talk about it until the end of the episode, or we'll talk about it for 30 seconds and then drop it off. So, have you heard this sentiment? And we've been doing this for a little while, so I don't know exactly what I've brought up and haven't brought up. Have you heard of people this bring back bullying sentiment?
Yep.
So I look at this and I think about it as like, so people are saying that, oh, we should take society back for a time where you were like, oh, like held accountable, where you couldn't act a certain way without being kind of like made to conform, where society was better when we all had standards. And I look at all these fucking nerds making these comment like bring back bullying. And I think it's way too confident. Like, if we bring back bullying, do you think you're going to come out on top in that scenario? Like, you think you'll be the bully, you'll be king shit, and everyone will be going after your example? Because I think if we bring back bullying, the people who will feel the largest brunt of it are the people who are constantly advocating to bring back bullying.
How ironic.
Ironic.
I think that I don't think bullying went anywhere.
No,
I think I'd agree with that.
I don't think it went
So-
anywhere.
People are like, bring back bullying like transgender youth. And I'm like,
Or
what are you doing with, what's this post? Like, what are you doing?
It's like bring back bullying. What are you doing right now? You know what a great form of bullying is? To comment bring back bullying.
Yeah.
That is an act of bullying.
Or yeah,
It's back. We're back, baby.
It's like if you just comment on someone should bully you for this. That is
Yeah,
that is bullying.
Congrats.
It's
What a self-fulfilling prophecy that is.
Self-fulfilling prophecy, you bastard. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Man, someone should comment something mean on this video. Son of a bitch.
Someone comment something humbling on this stupid fucking video with this ugly fuck in it.
I was hey, has anyone told this dude that he's ugly?
Everyone bullied this guy because
Oh man. What's something that we should bring back? I miss the America I grew
Jazz.
up in. Jazz. You like jazz? I disagree. I like a few jazz songs. I'm not really into jazz.
affordable housing.
Oh, that'd be
Jesus.
nice. That'd be nice. That'd be great.
Oh, you want to hear a radical theory? I don't know if
Yeah.
I've already said this or not. I hope you don't agree with me.
All right.
You're probably going to, though. I think that we should make apartments illegal.
I think you've talked about that
Have
before.
I talked about that before?
I haven't heard. I don't remember you talking about it.
Okay.
So I'd like to-
My plan, my Make America Great Again, is we abolish apartments so that when we build, anytime you build multifamily housing, you're required to sell it to the person that lives there. And that would cause the cost of a condo to drop so dramatically that people could afford to buy them.
And then they would actually own something.
And then they would own something.
So
Have wealth.
Or you do something along the lines of, I mean, here's the thing. Then you run into the issue of, okay, people, let's say some people still won't be able to afford to buy condos. So then they would have nowhere to live. So there would have to be some flexibility somewhere. But generally speaking, broadly speaking, vastly get rid of apartment complexes and force them into being condos. Because the difference between an apartment and a condo is very little.
And you would say that, so a part of the reason that we're trying to make like condos more available is to have.
So you own the company instead of just
you
working for it.
So you own it instead of working for it. And if you take out the option to like buy to rent, people will stop looking at it as like a way to make
investment
millions
property.
of dollars. As an investment property, you have to buy the only houses you're buying are houses you're going to live in.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of condo communities have rent cap limits already.
Well,
So
a lot of
there's
people
something that's already out
We'll
there.
say that about Airbnb too. And I feel like Airbnb is might be more of a direct solution to making some sort of legislation where you can't just buy fuck all number of properties to rent them out as Airbnbs and drive like the price of the buildings up. So I guess Airbnbs give you another, it's on the same principle of what you're talking about, where it allows you more investment property options. So to take that away makes investment property less enticing.
Interesting.
I like that. That's like an interesting point to me. And I just want to like read about it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even I want, like, it's interesting because it's kind of it's not like it's
apartments don't need to exist.
It's not the type of solution you hear like marketed because it sounds like broad, but when you get to like
it would be incredibly rash.
Of it, yeah.
I'm sure there's problems with it. There would have to be nuances in regards to this, but generally speaking, if we were to like not everyone, most people live in a place. You know what I mean? Most people live somewhere, and so most people live somewhere. So you're already fuck. I had a thought, now it's gone.
Like you're confined.
Son of a bitch.
You're confined to living somewhere. So you, for example, who lives here, you're forced to pay rent until.
No, that was gonna be, once I forgot what I was gonna say, that was my fallback. But no, my thought is that everyone lives somewhere already. And so the competing nature of trying to buy a home versus trying to find an apartment to rent.
Homeless crisis? Way I see it, everyone lives somewhere. Sorry.
Okay. I was saying most people because of homeless folks.
I wasn't trying to. Yeah, keep going.
But nonetheless, I mean, rather than competing for apartment buildings, we would just be competing for condominiums, and I think that would fix a lot of issues rather than just dumping money down a hole every single.
I always try to think
every single month,
because I agree, like getting to have that equity, even if you did more like rent to own agreements where you retained some sort of equity and you
just something from it.
You get something from it. Because what I would say would happen in those condominium situations is you might see an increase in, because for example, like condo buildings are allowed to charge you like cleaning fees and like HOA fees and things that are like, we have a person who comes through and vacuums all the communal hallways and the lobby. Mm-hmm. We have a lobby receptionist, so you all pay fees to pay their salaries.
Yeah, but you're already doing that.
You're already doing that at a rental place. But I guess what I'm saying is I could see people, which I'm not advocating against it, but I could see a loophole being formed where people just charge whatever they're losing as a bit, like they make it so you are able to now afford rent, but now the thing that you can't afford is your $900 a month building maintenance fee or something like that.
Well, but a lot of the times HOA fees are decided by the people that live there. And so the people who are voting on that would just be screwing themselves over.
That's true. And there's probably some sort of, I guess it's just a lot of the times it's like a building manager can set those fees, even if you own a piece of the building, which I guess you're saying that building, there shouldn't be anyone who owns the communal hallways. It should be like you are also with your purchase of this condo buying 5% of the communal space within the condo or some shit like that. So,
I think what I was getting at is more that if if you own a condo building, you have a condo association, or if you had like you have an association that takes care of the like shared use spaces, or if you were if it was a scenario where like the condo association hired a management company, you would be that management company's boss. They can't tell you, oh, it's going to cost you $900 a month. They're not going to, they're your employee at that point. You're paying them to take care of it. The difference being that, okay, we have a front office with people that work at it. Those people are taking orders from the people that own the property versus they would be taking it from the homeowners association of the condominium complex. Yeah. So it would run the exact same.
That makes sense to make it more like communal. I'm just trying to think of what's like, because obviously it's like there's like the lobbying and the discourse that would go around like, well, we don't have private property in America, or what the fuck ever. Like there would be opposition. I'm trying to think of like the actual like nitty gritty. Like let's just say we had a king and the king could say no more apartments. What would go wrong? Assuming that we could start the no more apartments policy. It's interesting to me, genuinely. Yeah.
So if, I mean, my first, I'm trying not to just lean into like people that own a lot of property are going to throw a hissy fit because, so two thoughts. So there's the people who like make a fuck ton of money from renting out spaces. So they'd be upset because they couldn't make a bunch of money. And then like I said this to my mom, and she brought up the point that would cause everyone who owns a house now, that would cause the value of their homes to drop drastically because there would be way more property on the market. So you'd be facing not only like large rental companies, but you'd also be upsetting a lot of homeowners that have spent a lot of time building up the equity inside of their home.
Yeah.
And I think in that scenario, you kind of have to look at the person and say your home is no longer worth $500,000. It's worth $50,000, but that $50,000 that you can get from selling it is still more than anyone who's renting an apartment's going to have. So it's kind of like tough shit.
If the stock market were going to crash, just use like simple numbers. Like when you buy a bunch of stocks, you're essentially buying 0.00001% of the stock market. So it's like that. You own 0.0001% of the housing market. If the entire housing market goes down, you still have that percentage hold over it. And there's something to be said about...
Well, your percentage becomes smaller.
Your percentage becomes small. So in reality, it's the same thing as like if BlackRock owns a bunch of houses or whatever housing conglomerate.
Military company?
I don't know what they are.
I'm pretty sure BlackRock is the where special
that's what they're an investment group. No, I think they're...
maybe you're right.
I think it's an investment group that has its stick in a lot of different pots.
Okay, okay, let's move on.
But it's... let's fucking go. And actually, it's a great group. I love it there.
That's not what I meant.
I think that, so it's like you would have the same proportional amount of wealth. That's where people would throw like a hissy fit. But I feel like based on like other housing recessions we've seen from banks and institutions acting carelessly, that property value drop is likely to come no matter what. So if it's in a way that makes housing more affordable for more people, there's some thought to be had there of we're on a trajectory to another recession at some point. How can we take control of that situation to make it make the outcome better such that we start off on a more equal playing field rather than start off on a less equal playing field?
Also, if we're going to have a recession and you owned a home, you'd still have that nest egg of a home. Your home would drop in value, but it would eventually come back up again as the economy got better and the demand for housing. You wouldn't get
fired and then evicted. You would, maybe.
Versus if you were to theoretically get rid of rental properties, that value is not going to come back nearly as quickly.
I wonder
if at all.
I wonder if there's other, because now I'm thinking like schemy political. I bet there are other institutions that might like that. Like maybe banking, like lobbying groups for banks really like the idea of more individuals being able to take out loans. Maybe they don't. Maybe they like it the way it is, where you have a few select people who own a lot of the property. Yeah.
They definitely don't like it because a home loan is just rent that you're paying that has an end versus rent is endless. You know what I mean?
No. But the property owner won't like it. So, but the property owner most likely didn't buy that property with cash. They most likely bought it with a bank loan. I see what you're saying.
I guess I was thinking of like institutions that are trying to make money versus you're specifically talking about a bank that doesn't dabble in rental properties, that just dabbles in home loans.
If a bank was, even if it was a slight percentage increase, like maybe some rental property owners can finance their own new like property acquisitions without a loan from the bank. Maybe the bank would like it because it would draw in that extra little bit of people who now had to finance through that.
Oh, we're drawing an insane amount of people. Cash. You know, I wonder if you did. Oh, sick.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I just answered Megan. I wonder. Yeah. Last thought. I wonder if you were to get rid of rental properties and have an abundance of affordable living, I wonder if the home loan rates would skyrocket because there'd be more people demanding home loans than there would be banks that could loan money to buy homes.
I am always
wonder if that would become the
skeptical.
Issue then. Is fucking getting the loan rather than getting the home.
There's always going to be an issue where people are.
Although
you're incentivized to consolidate your power, right? Yeah.
I was just gonna say. So like, okay, I think I can combat what I just said based off of you'd have more people trying to get loans, but the loans would have to be for a lot less. And so you maybe banks would still be able to supplement people's home loans because rather than needing to take a loan out for $1 million, you'd be taking a loan out for $50,000 or $100,000. So they could give loans to 20 times as many people for the same amount of initial investment. Anyways, this has been a super dry conversation. But
Yeah,
I think it's interesting to think about.
I wonder what is a significant. You keep talking about like 1/10 of the value, like your $500,000.
I'm pulling those numbers out of my ass.
We're pulling every number out of our ass. But I guess that makes me think of what would the what is a significant drop, and what would the drop actually be?
What's the ratio of rental versus owner, and then maybe you could create some kind of idea. I mean, we don't have time.
Typically, in a capitalist system, if more people have more money, they can buy more things, and your economy can grow more. So allowing more people to have a house and pay less on rent would mean more people had more money. So it's also likely that there you go. Maybe car companies would like it because maybe now you don't have to pay rent. You can upgrade. You can get yourself a new car. Maybe new car sales will go up. Maybe maybe Uber Eats will like it. People can eat out all the time. Like maybe we can actually make it profitable now because people can just fucking order out every night now because they don't have to pay, an extra $700 in rent or whatever.
That's an interesting idea. You would just have more disposable income in general.
You need to think about people who want this change to happen to make
when
them
you
rich.
say you think it's like I'm going on a political conquest.
No,
I'm not trying to
that's
you need
how
to find allies in this war.
No, but that's how I think about these things is you need to have people won't be incentivized to do the right thing because it's really helpful, but people will be incentivized to do the thing that's good for business. And sometimes, like with global warming stuff, sometimes we artificially create it where it's like we have tax credits for getting solar on your home. So even though it's more expensive to get solar than it is to use traditional power, we can kind of use tax credits to make up for some of that. I think that there's I wonder how artificial we can get with this kind of thing. Yeah.
Cool. You ready to eat pizza?
I'm ready for pizza,
Yes.
baby.
Don't stop, we go straight to the top. Don't stop, we go straight to the top. I am that dude. I am that dude. I am that dude. I am that dude. I am that. Don't stop, we go straight to the top. Don't stop, we go straight to the top. And we all going together.